So this lesson is about using transitions, and it's going to show you different ways to use transitional words and phrases to unify a piece of writing. Here's a list of some common linking expressions. Words like therefore, or phrases like as a result, an example of this. You can have transitions within a sentence, and that would look kind of like this. You're connecting two related clauses. To plant similar trees, comma, your transition, on the other hand, comma, could result in one disease wiping out all the trees in the block. The transitional phrase is separated or set off by commas. If you're going to use two sentences and connect them, the transition words will appear at the beginning of the second sentence. Here you can see, as a result, comma, begins the second sentence. Additionally, you can have transitions between paragraphs, and the purpose is to clarify the relationship between ideas in the paragraphs. Let's look at transitions categorically. One category is chronological order, using words like before the employees arrive, the building is empty. It is then that the janitor can clean thoroughly. Spatial order is another category. Against the wall, comma, there's a dresser. On top of the dresser is where Brad keeps his spare change. Order of importance. Yesterday was a beautiful sunny day, but more importantly, it was my birthday. More importantly would be the transitional phrase there. To compare and contrast, for example, the Book of Mice and Men begins with George and Lenny walking through the woods. In contrast, the movie begins with a woman in a red dress running through a field. Cause and effect. Security guards or security officers guarded the gates of the airport. As a result, comma, traffic slowed considerably on the highway. Classification. One type of tennis player, comma, like John McEnroe, lets his emotions show in the court. Another type of player stays calm throughout the match, whether the calls are bothersome or not. To introduce examples. One example of a Greek tragedy is Antigone. Most insects have very short lifespans. For instance, the fruit fly can expect to complete its life cycle in less than 48 hours. To introduce contradictions. The storm continued to toss the ship and managed to snap off the tip of the mast. In spite of this, they sailed on, desperate to reach Hawaii. To introduce conclusions, summaries, or generalizations. Therefore, comma, Cinco de Mayo is celebrated differently in the United States than in Mexico. Or, in general, comma, the phenomenon of the Bermuda Triangle is believed to be coincidental. You can also use pronouns as linking words. For example, if your first sentence said John left work early to go to a doctor's appointment, he is referring back to John. He is getting his annual physical. These pronouns refer to the antecedent, which is the subject in the previous sentence. You can also use nouns as linking words. Here's an example. Everyone is very excited about our long weekend in the Poconos. Our excitement increased when the weather report called for snow. Excitement would be the noun that connects the two sentences. Or in the earlier example, the people of Philadelphia have great pride in their city. This pride, rest of the sentence. In general, when we're looking at transitions, you have to use logic to determine what type of transition is occurring, and you need to look at the sentence previous and the sentence after and determine what the relationship is. Same idea if we're linking or finding transitions for paragraphs. You look at the previous, you look at the one after, and you find the relationship.